Have you ever stopped to think about what life was like before electricity? No lights, no refrigerators, no phones, no air conditioners, and certainly no internet. Yet for hundreds of thousands of years, humans survived, adapted, and built civilizations without flipping a single switch. In fact, everything we enjoy today exists because our ancestors learned how to thrive using only nature, creativity, and teamwork. So, how did ancient humans survive before electricity? Let's find out. Long before electricity, the sun was the world's natural clock. People woke up at sunrise and finished most of their work before sunset. Without electric lights, there was little reason to stay awake late into the night. Their daily routines followed the rhythm of nature, helping them conserve energy and stay connected to the changing seasons. Finding food was one of the biggest challenges. Early humans hunted wild animals such as deer, bison, mammoths, and smaller game using spears, bows, and traps. They also gathered fruits, nuts, berries, roots, mushrooms, and edible plants. Knowing which plants were safe to eat was a skill passed from one generation to the next. Every meal depended on knowledge, patience, and cooperation. One of humanity's greatest discoveries was fire. Although ancient humans didn't create electricity, they mastered fire over 400,000 years ago. Fire provided warmth during cold nights, protection from dangerous animals, light after sunset, and a way to cook food. Cooking made meat and plants easier to digest, reduced harmful bacteria, and allowed humans to gain more nutrition from their meals. Water was another essential part of survival. Ancient people collected water from rivers, lakes, springs, and rainfall. Since they didn't understand germs, contaminated water could sometimes spread disease. Over time, many communities learned that boiling water over a fire made it safer to drink, even if they didn't know the scientific reason why it worked. Without refrigerators, preserving food required clever techniques. People dried meat under the sun, smoked fish and game over fires, salted foods where salt was available, and fermented vegetables, milk, and grains. These methods slowed spoilage and allowed food to last through harsh winters or seasons when hunting and gathering became difficult. Building shelter was equally important. Early humans first used caves for protection, but they eventually learned to build their own homes using branches, animal hides, mud, stone, and wood. As civilizations developed, homes became stronger and more comfortable. Thick walls helped keep buildings cool in hot climates and warm during cold weather, proving that smart design existed long before modern heating and air conditioning. Clothing was made entirely from natural materials. Animal skins and fur kept people warm during ice ages, while plant fibers such as flax and cotton were woven into fabric in warmer regions. Bone needles allowed people to sew clothes that fit better and offered greater protection against wind, rain, and snow. When darkness arrived, life didn't simply stop. Families gathered around fires to cook, eat, tell stories, sing songs, teach children, and pass down traditions. These evenings became classrooms where history, survival skills, and cultural beliefs were shared through spoken words because writing either didn't exist yet or wasn't common. Travel was much slower than today. Most people walked long distances, while others used animals like horses, camels, donkeys, or oxen after they were domesticated. Rivers and seas became natural highways, with boats powered by paddles, sails, and the wind. Journeys that now take hours once required days, weeks, or even months. Communication was also very different. There were no phones or emails. Messages traveled through runners, riders on horseback, ships, smoke signals, drums, or written letters carried by messengers. News spread slowly, meaning people often waited weeks or months to hear about important events happening far away. Without electric tools, every object had to be made by hand. Skilled craftsmen shaped stone into sharp tools, carved wood into furniture, forged metal into weapons and farming equipment, and created pottery for cooking and storage. Every item required time, patience, and years of practice. Farming transformed human history. Around 10,000 years ago, people began growing crops such as wheat, barley, rice, and corn while raising animals like sheep, goats, pigs, and cattle. Agriculture provided a more reliable food supply, allowing villages to grow into towns and eventually powerful civilizations. Ancient people also developed impressive ways to solve engineering problems without electricity. They built irrigation canals to move water into dry fields, dug wells to reach underground water, and created aqueducts to transport fresh water across long distances. These innovations supported growing populations and made large cities possible. Even without electric machines, people accomplished incredible construction projects. The pyramids of Egypt, the Great Wall of China, Roman roads, and massive temples were all built using human labor, simple tools, animals, and clever engineering. These structures continue to amaze people thousands of years later. Medicine was based mostly on observation and experience. Healers used herbs, plants, honey, and natural remedies to treat illnesses and injuries. While many treatments were ineffective by modern standards, some natural medicines proved surprisingly useful. For example, willow bark contains compounds related to aspirin, showing that careful observation sometimes led to real medical discoveries. Entertainment didn't require screens or batteries. People enjoyed music played on handmade instruments, storytelling, dancing, festivals, sports, board games, and community celebrations. These activities strengthened social bonds and brought entire communities together. Nighttime skies looked dramatically different from today. Without electric lights causing pollution, ancient humans could see countless stars stretching across the sky. They used the stars to navigate during travel, predict seasonal changes, and inspire myths, religions, and scientific observations that eventually led to astronomy. One reason ancient humans survived so successfully was cooperation. Hunting large animals, building homes, raising children, defending communities, and growing food all depended on teamwork. No one survived completely alone. Strong relationships were often just as important as physical strength. Life before electricity was not easy. Diseases spread more easily, food shortages were common, winters could be deadly, and natural disasters often destroyed entire communities. Yet humans adapted again and again. They learned from experience, invented new tools, shared knowledge, and continuously improved the way they lived. Eventually, centuries of discoveries in science and engineering led to one of history's greatest breakthroughs. In the 1800s, scientists learned how to generate and control electricity. Electric lights replaced candles, machines transformed industries, and modern technology changed nearly every part of daily life. But none of these advances would have been possible without the countless generations who survived using only the resources nature provided. The next time you flip on a light switch, charge your phone, or turn on your air conditioner, remember that for most of human history, none of these things existed. Ancient humans survived through intelligence, resilience, cooperation, and remarkable creativity. Their ability to adapt laid the foundation for the modern world we enjoy today. If you enjoyed learning about how ancient humans survived before electricity, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another journey through history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.